What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
In today's reaction video, we've got brand new music and a brand new music video from We Butter the Bread with Butter. And I'm super excited about this, man, because it's been a while since we've gotten brand new music from them, especially since Toby has rejoined the band as the vocalist. Now, I know we got their version of Hypa Hypa recently, and a couple years ago or so, Dreh Auf came out, but this is coming from a brand new album. That album is going to be called Das Album. And for those of you that don't know German and couldn't figure that one out, The Album. That's what it's called. And that's coming out September 24th, 2021 from AFM Records. Now, I know it's a couple months from now, but pre-orders are already available. I saw some on the AFM store, on Empiricon, and a bunch of other places. So if anybody's interested in supporting the band and getting that album when it comes out, I'll drop some links below in this video description where you can check that out. But today, we're checking out a new one. So without wasting any more time, I will link this original video in the description below. And today, I'm once again listening to We Butter the Bread with Butter, and for the very first time, hearing their brand new song, 20 kmh. Let's go. Please tell me this song is going to be about a scooter and its speed. Oh, this is going to come in hard.
Let's go!
I just headbanged through that whole part and missed everything. So let's hear it again.
Let's go!
Oh. Let's stop and talk about a few things. This is fantastic already. This is the perfect blend of that heavy sound that I know from this band mixed with their goofiness. Like, neither is overdoing it more than the other. It's perfect. It's awesome. There's no captions on this. I'm a little sad about that. I'll have to look up the lyrics. I've been practicing German, so maybe I'll pick some stuff out here and there, but I haven't so far. So yes, this song is obviously about scooters. 20 kilometers an hour, if my math is right. For those of you that don't use miles per hour, that's about 12 for us. This is great. We're starting off getting new music from them with a song about a fucking scooter. I love it. There's one interesting thing in this video. Really interesting. But I just want to see more to double check to make sure I'm not wrong and that it's something worth talking about. So I'm going to watch this next part and then we're going to break into some gear hopefully here that's really cool. Okay, perfect. He's riding the guitar. I want to talk about that guitar. Now, I want to put a disclaimer on this and say there's a chance I could be wrong. I don't think I am. If Marcy ever sees this video, maybe he can confirm, but that looks like a lawsuit era Ibanez Les Paul. And let me explain that. So back in the 60s and 70s, when all these Japanese companies were making guitars, they had a lot of their own original models that really stood out. But they also made a lot of copies of American guitar companies. You had a lot of companies that were copying the Fender Stratocaster, the Gibson Les Paul. Ibanez had a Les Paul model, and that is exactly what that looks like. And the headstock is really driving it home for me because it's the old school Ibanez logo. It's got the custom logo on there underneath that. There's a chance that could just be a custom, or he intentionally did that for this video just for some asshole like me to notice it. But I think that's a lawsuit era Ibanez Les Paul. So all these American companies started suing these Japanese companies, and they had to change all these models. But by the time they got sued anyways, they were already making so much of their original stuff. Like Ibanez had some great guitars out at the time. The Iceman was a big one for them. So they just had a transitional period where they changed a few things and then they stopped making them. But that doesn't look like the transitional period. That looks like a legitimate lawsuit era Ibanez. And I honestly don't think it's too expensive. It's a collector's item for sure. That's really cool, man. I haven't seen something like that on this channel yet. Well, I've seen a couple lawsuit era guitars, but nothing like that. This is great, man. I'm enjoying this. There's more I want to talk about, but I just paused for a long time, so let's keep going. Oh, let's go. Breakdown. Oh! I want to try and start that over because that was one of the most interesting breakdowns I've heard in a while. It was more interesting musically than like heavy. I thought that was really cool. I liked that right away the rhythm that they were doing was exactly what Toby did earlier in the song going in the intro. Like it mimicked that, and then he came back in with those vocals. Really good songwriting. That's really cool, man. And then I acted surprised because I saw the Court guitar from the... Actually, is that different? No, I think that's the same guitar. That's a guitar that they were using in the Hypa Hypa video. And I knew it looked like a Randy Rhoads model, but the Eskimo Cowboy guys told me that it's a Court. Now, Court is very interesting as well. There's probably some people watching this that may not know that name. And so what I'm about to say is going to be really surprising. Court is one of the biggest guitar manufacturers in the entire world. But there's kind of a catch to that. While they do make their own instruments, they're a manufacturer for other companies. A lot of other companies have Court manufacture their lower end budget stuff. Fender uses Court to make their Squiers. I know G&L uses them as well. Ibanez uses them as well. And I think there was a company that like really praised them highly because their sales boosted through the roof when they got a contract with Court for lower end stuff. I forget who it was. Might have been Avalon. I'll have to look it up. But that's really interesting, man. Like one of the biggest guitar manufacturers in the entire world isn't even really known for their instruments. They're known for making other people's stuff. This is a really cool video. And based on the green screen stuff and based on their connection with Eskimo Cowboy, I bet my money that this was directed by, why am I blanking on his name? Eskimo Cowboy's guitar player and his brother, the Shiloh brothers. They do a lot of music videos. In fact, I'm going to look and see if there's credits really quick. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't see anything. Ah, it is them. Perfect. Yeah, there's some green screen stuff going on that looks very similar to the Hypa Hypa video we watched. Super cool, man. I like that all these bands are working together. Damn, I am talking a lot in this one. We still got half the video left. Let's hear this bridge again. The electronics in the background of this are a really good touch over that guitar part. Toast? Ah. Oh, we're gonna get some toast out of that. Man, that was really, really fun, man. Let's go talk about it. So when you have a single like this, a couple months ahead of an album, the main goal here from whoever chose this to be a single release is to give you a taste of things to come from an upcoming album. Now, if this is our taste of things to come from Das Album, I'm gonna go pre-order this right now, man. This was an absolute blast. In fact, this is wall-worthy. If there's a vinyl pre-order for this, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna throw it on the wall right when it gets here. Thank you very much. This was a blast, man. And one of the things I've loved about this band from the time I've been listening to them until now is that they can maintain a heavy sound while not taking themselves too seriously. It's like the same thing with Eskimo Callboy. They have an aggressiveness to their sound that's fun and it gets you into it and it's heavy sounding, but at the same time, it's super fun, it's super lighthearted, it's super goofy. I love when bands don't take themselves too seriously and still do music like this. It's great, man. And once again, this album is going to be coming out September 24th. And guys, if I've never said this before, first week for bands when they put out a record is really important. That's when all the chart entries go in. A lot of the year-end awards are determined then based on sales and stuff. So if you like these bands and you do want to support them, I highly encourage you to pre-order albums, or at least buy them the first week that they come out. The bands put a lot of work into this, and I know that they would greatly appreciate it if you did that. But thank you guys once again for watching, man. This was a blast. If this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time. Subscribing is free, and it helps the channel out a ton. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like, as it also helps the channel. But if you disliked it, no big deal, man. Thank you very much for your time. You are free to click dislike if you didn't like it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server, I stream on Twitch, and if you're interested in either of those, I'll put links in the description below. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.